Welcome, Traceable Designers. Today I'll show you an easy way to hang the straight Cornice style valance using a 1-inch metal curtain rod. You'll need to adjust your side panel rod pocket sizes to 2 inches, and then we'll make fasteners for hanging the center panel rather than securing it to the back of the 2.5-inch wide pocket curtain rod. When making this adjustment, keep in mind that the typical Cornice style valance does raise about 1 inch when folded over the wide pocket curtain rod secured to the back. So we have to make that same adjustment when we're making the fastener style. So we're adding some depth to our panel. We're actually going to make a 17-inch deep panel, which happens to be the same width of the fusible backing. So we'll follow the directions in the normal steps for adding the backing and the lining to your fabric section, making sure the lining extends past all of the edges. Then fold your fabric section in half, lining up any print, and then pin to secure. Since you need to stay inside of where the lining is fused, you're going to align your design form along the folded edge so you have a straight line across the top, and then just trace across the top of your design form. Then position your sizing line along the fold and move the design form as low as possible across the bottom where the lining is fused. Then just trace the entire depth and across the bottom of your design form, ending at the folded edge. Then again, just follow the traced line to cut out your panel. It will be about 16 3/4 inches deep. We tried to maximize as much depth as possible so that when we make the fold and the fasteners, we'll have plenty of excess on the top of the panel. To determine your fastener positioning, you will need to determine the length of your panel. So the fold indicates the top edge of the panel. So hang your side panels, put the center panel over to decide how long you'd like that to be, and then that will fold over the rod, determining the length of the panel. Then once you've decided the length, you just mark your fabric on the back so you have an even fold. If you have any kind of print, you want to make sure that's very straight across the top. Measure down to make sure it's perfectly even. Then you can just run an iron across the fabric to indicate the crease. Your valance kit includes 1-inch sticky back Velcro. We are going to use that between the side panels, so you have to determine your overlap. So once you've decided where your panel will fall over your side panels, then you can decide the space between how to separate out your Velcro sections. Cut 2.5 or 3-inch long pieces of the hard side Velcro for the back of the valance panel, and you'll space those along the back between the side panels. You will need to use heat and bond fusible backing to hold those in place, otherwise they'll just come right off the lining. So you'll need to fuse that down, make sure your positioning is going to be perfect for catching the panel on top, and then just iron that down. Then when you remove the paper, that glue will help to hold the sticky back Velcro so that you can use your fasteners without removing them when you separate the pieces. Then cut matching soft side Velcro, so when you fold over the panel, it will catch on the hard side Velcro. So follow the same process using the heat and bond, and then just secure your strips across the top edge of your valance panel. Once you've finished adding your fasteners, your valance is ready to hang. Just slip your side panels on the rod and then position the center panel between the two side panels and fasten your connectors together. If you do have a lot of overlap, you can add an extra piece to overlap and secure to the side panel. This valance hanging style does work best with a medium weight fabric so that you have a nice stiff center panel. Avoid the thin fabrics or lightweight fabrics for best results. In addition, you want to make sure that you use small and maximum medium width panels so you can avoid a wavy look. You're going to definitely need to use a rod pocket style hanging for any connector panels, and the dual fabric design styles are nice and stiff and make a nice crisp valance style. Stay tuned for more great tips from Traceable Designer.